Silat from the All True Suicide Prevention. Looks like Officer Tate's going to get to pick it for us. Officer Tate, would you please pull a lucky winner for a really cool backpack? Trinity Thrower! Trinity Thrower! Trinity Thrower! Trinity Thrower! Thrower! Trinity Thrower or Thrower, we're not sure. Trinity Thrower? Trinity Thrower or Trinity Thrower? Yes, it's Thrower. Trinity Thrower. Are you Trinity? Oh, you are the lucky winner here. Here's Trinity. Okay, Silat, we would be honored with your demonstration. Please show us what you have. Can we all gather around here and take a look at our last and final demonstration? The Silat. Martial arts.
Is the art of Silat. It's a Indonesian art. Most of you may have heard of Indonesia. It's a very small group of islands in the archipelago, Southeast Asia. Primarily the art that we're going to show you today was actually taught to the royal family from the upper half and the weapons that you'll get to see today. The lower part of our art actually comes from a very small island called Madura. Madura is very well known in this area for its fishermen and farmers. So our art likes to incorporate high and low stances, high and low techniques. So the art that we're going to show you today is Inti Ombak. Inti Ombak simply translates as inner wave. Inti being inner, wave, or Ombak being wave, excuse me. Silat simply translates as Pinjat being the art of, Silat being, the way to solve a problem or evade. So the art is based primarily on evasion, not force on force. So it may look a little different from things you've seen before, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Right, I think she went there.
So Silat covers a lot of different things. We teach animals, we teach weapons, we teach elements. We have human forms like a drunken form, a mother form, a father form, different things like that. What we're going to demonstrate for you today is a little bit of everything. So the first thing I wanted to bring up to you today is our first animal we're going to show you, which is the snake. The snake in Indonesian is ular, and ular just means serpent or snake. And that'll be presented by Tom.
Say hi. Yeah, that's good. Maybe, but not much longer. Not much longer? Yeah. It's not working out? Oh no, it's great. I love it. I might have something different all the time.
Typically in martial arts folklore, the snake and the crane are mortal enemies. One of the other animals that we're going to present for you today is the crane. So if anybody's ever watched kung fu movie, you've probably seen, oh, my snake will never defeat your crane, or my tiger is stronger than your dragon, right? Very simple little folk tales that people told in Asia during times to share stories, right? So the next one I'll present for you is Nikki and Malia will be doing the short-necked crane jurus for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Animal jurors, the reason we teach animals gives you a chance to work on being strong, being elegant, being balanced. So the crane dress generally represents balance, being able to come up and be graceful and move and long and change direction. The snake is very relaxed, coiled, fast, all these different body types. This also allows for people with different body types to actually be able to excel in different parts of the art. So you may have someone who's very good at doing the snake, but maybe somebody else doesn't have that snake body, so they can't get that wiggle, they don't get the speed. So you have chances in different animals to work with. The other thing we spend a lot of time on as well is this develops your eye-hand coordination as weapons. So the first weapon we wanted to show for you today is George is going to do a single-edged sword for us today. Forms or punse or kata, if you've heard the word. In Indonesian, we just call it jurus. Jurus simply means movements with purpose, meaning it is not a dance, that is a fight that happens during all the motions. So while you watch George, you can picture him with an opponent with a weapon, a sword, a staff, whatever he may have. Picture him versus that person. That we follow as we teach the art. We start in a basic phase, and a basic phase is learning your blocks, your strikes, how to use a stand, how to move properly, how to evade, because that is a big part of our system. The second stage to that is the animal stage. The animals, which you saw demonstrate a little bit, gives you a chance to strengthen your body. Find out where's your balance, where's your power, where's your speed. Those are the things that develop from that. After that, we build up to elements. Elements for us are very simply a way to express your emotions. So if somebody gets in an argument and they're very upset and mad all the time, well, that for me, I look at that and I see the element of fire. If I see somebody I'm having a conversation with, well, now that's an earth element, right? He's like a mountain. I'm not going to move his opinion, right? You get people who are wishy-washy. Well, maybe. I don't know. Well, maybe. Well, those are very watery. And the last stage of our system is humans. The idea being, that as humans, just like we are now, we develop, right? You learn to crawl, you learn to walk, you learn to talk, you learn to perform functions, you learn to associate and create community and socialize. So the very last phase of our system is human. Now, unfortunately, none of my students right at the moment are at that elevation of stage, but I do have a young lady here who'd like to show you partially what the pretty woman jurist looks like. Now, the pretty woman jurist is simply there to show you grace and balance. When you watch her do this jurist, it should look like she's not doing anything. You will not see the applications if she does it correctly. It's going to look like she's combing her hair, she's fanning herself off, she's walking around, but then, in fact, inside of all of that are hidden techniques and applications. So, Emma, can you show us the pretty girl fan? Teach humans, we tell a story. And this particular story that Emma's performing for you is a young girl who goes to dance class and learns traditional dance. This would be in Indonesia, so a very different dance than what we would do in the United States. On her way home, people decide to bother her, to pester her, to maybe pick on her. Something you might see. If she does her beginning motion one more time for us, do just the opening again, not the dance opening. Three, right here. Right here, what you may not have realized in the story is maybe I went, hey little girl, what's the next motion? Bam! Ow! Then what? Ah! Wait, where's she go? Then what? Then she runs. Wait a minute. Well, that's just not right. Why did you do that? Why'd you do that? Well, come here. Well, so what now? Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. Now, give me that thing. No, really, I want the... No, really, I want the fan. Give it to me. Oh! Well, that wasn't really nice. Why'd you do that? That's it, you're done. Oh. Well, wait. Oh. Why'd you have to do that? Sometimes when you see things that don't look powerful, it doesn't look like a martial arts movie move, you know, the Daniel San Crane or anything else, right? You know, applications are happening all the time. So next thing I'm going to show you another animal, very traditional animal for the martial arts, which is the dragon, formed by leaves. Now, staff is a very typical, very first weapon to teach somebody. It's a very practical thing. You can find a stick, a broom handle, a hammer, whatever it is you might find lying around. What you learn to do with a staff, you should be able to apply with whatever tool you pick up. A tripod from a camera, right? Works the exact same way. So next up will be Nikki and Sunny. We're going to stop the staff. Proceeds to make a mistake during a demo is that they continue. Right? The other thing that's important is to realize that practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So perhaps Miss Nikki needs to practice a little more today. Maybe she's really nervous because I know personally Nikki really bashful in front of a lot of people. So give her one more round of applause. Possibly learn by doing something like this that we're all human. We make mistakes, we miss, we fall down. Sometimes we hurt ourselves. That is part of life. We just have to go with it. So next up will be English. English is going to show you galak. Galak in Indonesian is simply heavy knife or chopper. Silat is it's actually based on knife. And by knife, what I mean is in Indonesia, it's very, very, very common for them to always have a knife. So the art for us to Silat is to evade. So when someone has a knife, I cannot simply take a blocking position and wonder why this is not working for me. Right? This is a very, very different. So the whole art is always based on the premise the person has a knife or a weapon. Okay? Unfortunately, for my students, I always train them that they have one in each hand. So Tom is going to perform karambit drills for you. Now the karambit is a very specialized knife from Indonesia, the archipelago. Karambit very simply means claw. When you see the knife, you will understand the name very well. So the assumption is to look at what he's going to do with not one, but two knives. we also teach children's classes, obviously. What we're going to do today is sometimes you take a lower belt person and you force them to teach a class. Okay? Now Isaac, in regards to this group, is somewhere in the middle. So this is his opportunity to learn to be a leader. And being a leader is a very important part of your life. If you follow all the time, you will never find your own path. You will never find the thing that defines you. So today, Isaac's going to be brave in front of everybody and teach a blocking set to his peers and his seniors. So he will start with strikes and blocks. This is our second set. Yet. So, even the youngest and the newest get the opportunity to learn. There are no secrets in the art. I will teach you everything from A to Z. The problem is can you do it? Which is why we had the progression from the basic to the animal, to the element, to the human. Right? So next up we'll have Jeff performing a universal. Now, our universal jurors, for anybody who's done some previous arts, will recognize the pattern. What will be different is they'll be done with the Silat flavor. So Silat likes to blend with other arts because it's nature. The archipelago has been, colonized by the Dutch. It's been a major trading center for centuries. So they have Indian influence, Japanese influence, Korean influence. Anybody that's passed through Southeast Asia has gone through the archipelago. So when he goes, he will be performing that with a chulort. Now, chulort is somewhat indigenous to Indonesia. Chulort is simply just a sickle. Now, in Indonesia, believe it or not, this is actually hung between the legs while they climb up a banana tree and harvest a banana or coconut. So, just to give you a hint to how fun this can be. your spirit. Okay, you see demonstrations lots of times showing power, internal, external, and breaking things. Well, we're going to demonstrate it for you today too. The only difference may be is that George's going to attempt to break a 10-inch steel file. 3 of them to be exact, separate techniques. One little bit of difference we're going to do for you today is Tom, is going to attempt to lay on a nail. It is sharp, I assure you. If you don't believe me, please feel free to come lay on it. Now, with the internal aspect of the art, the idea is to learn to harden the body and the mind and the heart. So Tom is going to attempt to lay on the nail. I am going to attempt to break the block on his chest. He is going to attempt to not fall onto the nail. I can't tell you what the tarp's really for. As you see, no large perforation. So like I said, the knife is the biggest part of our art. It does not mean we teach people to stab people. We teach you to not get stabbed. The idea is to evade, not get hit. Okay, I can take a punch in the face. I do not take a knife in the face very well. So, Brooks is going to show you some applications from different angles of attack.
Nice.
You got me dirty. He's going to pay for that, by the way. Hey, I kept hold of it. Sorta. Think I can get him this time? Come on now. I'm all right. I got him this time. He's never going to see this one coming, by the way. brand new shirt.
Blood on it?
Nope. Everyone, bring the Trinity into my heart. Peace to others. Respect for others. Blocking the negative energy. Gathering positive energy. Open to challenges. Heaven to heaven. All becomes one in my heart. Ready to die.